matter the personality you have, the thing is that it's your personality that makes you unique. So you need to understand your personality. Every personality has their strengths and weaknesses. Okay? So you need to understand the strengths of that personality. I will identify the personality and understand the strength of it, and then the weakness of it. Where is SWOT, right? When we talk about SWOT, strategy, you cannot do without SWOT. Okay, so you need to understand your strengths, your weaknesses. O is for opportunities, T is for threats. Okay, for those people that are into business. So for yourself, the thing is that we do some of these things for our business brand, our corporate brand, but we don't do it for ourselves. But your business brand will be as good as how much you have invested in yourself. If I ask some of us what's your temperament, some of us already know about that, and most times you don't have one of these types. So these different types are actually categorized based on different school of thought. You have sanguine and choleric, melancholy and phlegmatic. So you need to understand which mix. You need to understand the strengths of these types of personality and the weaknesses. Then you need to take your weaknesses and begin to work on your weaknesses. You know, this person, Tim Lahaye, wrote a book, Spirit Controlled Temperament. A point will come when you might not be able to place that this is actually my temperament, because there's some things you have worked on yourself, you have worked on your weaknesses. There's no such thing as that's the way I am. Just leave me. I'm like that. Nobody should talk to me. This is the way I am. This is the way I'm. No. For every personality type you have, you can actually work on it to be better. So the next one is child, parent, and adult. So that personality type is the type that, you know, for the child, it relates. There's this thing that about you that relates to your childhood, right? Your childhood experience or your childhood attitude. Probably you are this type that was very, meticulous. While you are growing up, you kind of take that trait and you continue with that trait based on your childhood experience. Then for the parent, it's this kind of personality that, relates to your parents' experience. For instance, you have a parent that maybe you're growing up, you often find your mother, your parent shouting at you, scolding you and screaming at you. And then you grow up and you find yourself doing the same thing. It's a trait you actually got through your experience of your parents, relating with your parents. So if we take an assessment of ourselves, we will be able to point one or two of those traits that we have picked from our parents. It might be positive, it might be negative. Then the adult has to do with responsibility, right? Taking responsibility. This is like best personality type in this category. Like I said, the categories are based on different school of thought. So it's one that takes responsibility, one that is responsible, one that does things maturely. You have attained that adult personality when you have been able to undergo some kind of personality development. That is where personal development is very important. Personal development is very important for personality development. So for you to be able to get your real identity in line with the kind of identity you want to have. Now we talk about the identity of Christ, like from the speech of the welcome address of the convener. We talk about the identity of Christ. For you to actually wear on this identity of Christ, for your own personality to be in alignment with the identity of Christ, you need personality development. You need to work on it. Don't just sit and say, this is how I am.